Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you.
Would you mind introducing yourself, your name, what you do?
I'm James Ransome. I'm head of IT Procurement for Perceptive.
Amazing. So, if you're down for it, we're going to play a bit of a card question game here. We did some research from our reports that we are going to have a discussion on. So, if you'd like, you can pick a question from the deck. Okay, cool. So, the Lenovo Work Reborn report closes with the idea that the vision is yours. You can get there with Lenovo. That's like our fancy saying. I have to say it because they flew me out here, okay? But either way, what would be your vision for a reimagined AI-powered workplace? Like, what was, like, if you could, rub a crystal ball and say, like, if we do AI and we do all these things, this is what I would want my business's future to look like. What would that be?
Sure. So I think it's all about that, and there's been a lot of theme about blending sort of the user experience with IT sort of governance and that sort of structure behind it at the conference so far. And I think that's probably about right. There's got to be a platform, there's got to be something that enables people to do these things, and it is all about enablement without forcing people. So what I'm starting to see, what I see a lot from my perspective is people, I want this piece of software, I want this application, I want it now. I think if we start moving towards a situation where people aren't asking for a piece of software, they're asking for a capability. So from a procurement point of view, that's exactly what we want to see. I've got this problem, help me solve it. That's exactly where we want to start getting engaged, not can you go buy that for me? I think if we start working on a platform which enables people to do these things, and this is back to actually the early question about customization a bit, but it goes a little bit beyond that. We've got citizen developers at the moment who are off doing things. We've got other people who just want to buy stuff. If we can provide an environment, a platform where it enables people to get a particular result by using particular technology, perhaps with internal resources which help them get to that particular place, it allows a degree of control because you're sort of giving a curated view of the world. You're saying this is the sorts of technology you can use to get to your solution, but at the same time, allowing people that flexibility to drive it themselves a little bit rather than just saying, I was about to start mentioning software titles. Best not do that, but
Yes.
There's a particular software title which works in that way. Go and work and conform your working to that.
It's very rigid. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
this plus this equals this. It doesn't seem like everything is so black and white anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think people are expecting a bit more flexibility. And I think generally, as we move on, it's like my parents' generation. If you told them
Yeah.
coding would be something really, really abstract to them. My children's generation, they've been doing that on Scratch since they were 3. There's just normal. Well, if that, then that, and they can start.
They were born knowing HTML or something
I'm being resolutely Gen X and in the middle about the whole thing, you know. So, but yeah, I think that's probably the answer: is to give people a degree of flexibility, give people a degree of autonomy about stuff, but give them a structure that they can work within to allow them to get what they need without going too far off the guide rails to, cause potential mischief, I guess. I work in a company that provides clinical research platforms, so governance is absolutely critical to us. We've got patient data out there, and that's absolutely critical. So there's always got to be some structure around that. So giving people something which will safe to work in that particular environment, and of course a lot of organizations need that sort of governance around it as well, and yet allows them to be creative with it and find solutions of their own is probably where we need to be.
Well, for someone that's not very, as you called yourself, not very techie, that was very well said. So.
Yeah, but I couldn't code it.
Love it. You're like, I couldn't code it, though. Don't ask me to. Do you want to sneak in one last question?
You can give it a go, but it's going to be something tricky, isn't it?
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I can pick one for you this time. This one is about automation. So, from our report, the Lenovo Work Reborn report suggested that automating routine tasks with generative AI can fast-track transformation. Have you seen automation open up any new capacity within your business or for IT teams as a whole? How important is automation in regards to generative AI?
It's been a mixed set of results so far.
Okay.
I think, because where it works well, it works well. Where it breaks, it causes trouble because people have just, that's all going to work fine and just relied on it far too quickly.
Right.
But yes, I'm starting to see some good stuff. I mean, the basic things which everyone's starting to see now, like transcripts and meeting minutes and that sort of thing. There are certain, there's a whole spectrum of adoption and capability in the organization and other organizations I've worked for. So I think probably key to that, to some of the other lectures around here, is going to be education and working with workforces. It's all very well giving them new tools,
Right.
but not telling them how to use it or even the art of the possible with it is where people are probably falling down. You can chuck any AI agent you like into the mix, but if people don't know how to get the best out of it, all they're going to be doing is tinkering. And there was one lecturer today made the point as people are creating funky avatars for themselves in meetings and stuff, and isn't that cool? Yeah, but it's not really driving business productivity or helping the customer or doing whatever it is you're trying to do.
Like, it's not an outcome.
Absolutely.
It's an arts and crafts project.
Yeah, exactly. I did a great one of my daughter as science girl, because I thought I'd amuse her, but that wasn't at work, by the way. But yeah, I think guiding people and giving them some inspiration and some training and sort of taking them on that journey. And I think maybe getting outside of IT and getting into the wider business, it's all very well having leaders, certain leaders, sort of saying, yeah, we need to be on AI. Why do you need to be on AI? And how are you empowering people and telling them what it's for and how they can use it and how they can benefit from it? So it's the evangelical bit, it's the training bit, it's the inspirational bit. I think it's all about the person management. And it's back to the 90s when ERP was a big thing, right?
Yes.
And ERP was going to transform, and it did transform a lot of businesses. But the only way you could implement a decent ERP system was change management. And if you hadn't got an eye on change management and you were just looking at the technology, it was going to fail. And I think this is exactly the same. You've got to look at the people, figure out what the people need, how it's going to help them, how to get them on board, then it'll succeed.
I couldn't have said it better myself because I couldn't have. That was fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us
Not
at
at
our
all.
pop-up podcast booth. For anyone who's interested in learning more about our report, the Lenovo Work Reborn Research Report can be found in the description below. And if you'd like to hear more conversations about how Lenovo is bringing new life to the modern workplace, make sure to follow and subscribe.